Barry White's name is synonymous with romance, velvet-toned grooves, and some of the most sensual songs ever recorded. With his deep baritone voice and lush orchestral arrangements, he became one of the most distinctive artists of the 1970s and beyond. His career was built on a foundation of passion, perseverance, and an unparalleled ability to translate human emotion into music. From humble beginnings in Texas and Los Angeles to worldwide fame, Barry White's life story is a testament to the power of music to move the heart and soul. Barry Eugene Carter was born on September 12, 1944, in Galveston, Texas, but grew up in the Watts neighborhood of Los Angeles. His childhood was filled with challenges, including poverty and exposure to crime, but music provided him with an escape and a calling. Initially, he immersed himself in gospel and classical piano, and by his teenage years, his rich bass voice was already turning heads. His early life included run-ins with the law, but he redirected his energy toward music, determined to find a better path. White's first steps into the industry came not as a frontman, but as a producer, songwriter, and arranger. In the 1960s, he worked behind the scenes in Los Angeles, crafting tracks for artists and honing his skills. His big breakthrough came when he formed Love Unlimited, a female vocal trio led by Glodian James, who would later become his wife. Producing their 1972 hit, Walkin' in the Rain with the One I Love, gave him the credibility to step into the spotlight himself. When Barry White released I've Got So Much to Give in 1973, the world immediately recognized his unique style. The album contained his first major hit, I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little More, Baby, a track that showcased everything that would make White legendary: rich arrangements, romantic lyrics, and his unmistakable voice. He followed this success with a string of hits throughout the 1970s, including Never, Never Gonna Give You Up, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe, and You're the First, the Last, My Everything. These songs became staples of soul and disco, dominating charts and creating the soundtrack for love stories across the globe. Barry White's music was often described as symphonic soul. His recordings layered orchestras, horns, and rhythm sections in a way that was lush yet accessible. At a time when soul music was branching into funk and disco, White carved out his own lane, blending sensuality with sophistication. His voice itself became an instrument, a deep, velvety presence that resonated not only in his singing, but also in his spoken interludes. Beyond his solo career, White also created the Love Unlimited Orchestra, which produced instrumental hits like Love's Theme in 1973. This track, one of the first instrumental disco records to top the charts, highlighted his ability to fuse classical influences with contemporary grooves. It was a groundbreaking moment that cemented him as not just a singer, but a visionary producer and composer. While his music celebrated love and joy, Barry White's personal life was not without challenges. His marriage to Glodian James was both a creative partnership and a source of personal strain, but their connection endured. White also battled health issues later in life, particularly related to weight and high blood pressure. Still, he continued to record and tour, proving that his voice remained timeless even as musical trends shifted. The 1990s brought a resurgence of interest in Barry White as his songs were rediscovered by younger generations and featured in films, commercials, and television. He became a beloved cultural figure, celebrated not only for his music, but also for his larger-than-life persona. His influence extended across genres, with hip-hop, R&B, and pop artists sampling his tracks and citing him as an inspiration. Barry White passed away on July 4, 2003, at the age of 58, but his legacy endures. His music remains a staple of romance, played at weddings, anniversaries, and countless moments of intimacy. Few artists have managed to capture the essence of love as purely as he did. His songs are timeless reminders that music can transcend language and touch the deepest parts of the human spirit. Barry White's life was a journey from hardship to triumph, from the streets of Los Angeles to international stardom. His voice, his vision, and his message of love will forever echo through the world of music.